One of the best things I ever did for myself was get laser hair removal.
It was so unbelievably painful.
Like literally, I felt like I was being electrocuted.
Yeah, that sizzle was my flesh burning.
I've done laser hair removal for 7 years. 7 years.
It is not permanent, and I was sold under the guise of it being permanent.
So I got full body laser. That means underarm Brazilian, upper lip, full legs, full arms, belly line, everything. And I'm here to do a 10-year update.
Out of everything I've ever gotten done in my life, that is number one.
Today we're talking about laser hair removal. And honestly, this is one of those beauty treatments where the conversation isn't completely one-sided. Because for some people, laser hair removal really did change their life. It made them feel more confident. It saved them time. It helped with ingrown hairs, dark marks. It made shaving less stressful. And for people dealing with thick hair, hormonal hair growth, or hair that grows back fast, I completely understand why laser sounds amazing. But the problem is, online, laser hair removal is often sold like an easy little life hack. Like you just go in, get zapped a few times, and suddenly you never have to think about hair again. And that's not always true, because for some people, it's painful. For some, it's expensive. For some, the hair comes back. For some, it takes way more sessions than they expected. And for some, it can go wrong. Burns, irritation, scarring, hyperpigmentation, wasted money, years of appointments with results that still aren't permanent.
And I don't understand the beef with laser hair removal because out of everything I've ever gotten done in my life, that is number one. Number one that changed my life. And people are like, well, it doesn't last forever. You have to get 6 months touch-ups. Every 6 months, you still got to go for a touch-up. How is that worse than shaving every single day? How is that worse than shaving every...
One of the best things I ever did for myself was get laser hair removal. I would get so frustrated with having to shave my underarms every day and then still having like the dark hair follicles just showing through all the time. So I was like self-conscious of it. I got a Groupon. I had 3 cycles of it. I mean, this was probably 10 years ago, and I maybe once every couple months have to take like a little tinkle and get like a few random hairs that may grow out. But here's what I also did. I had my toes done. I had around my belly button done and my bikini line too. So I would say that of all the things that I've done, that's one of the things that has saved me the most time, has created just like a very low maintenance day to day because I never have to worry about it.
Laser hair removal literally changed the quality of my life, and it made me feel more confident in my own skin. And I'm going to tell you the 2 areas that I feel like caused the most impact and change in my life. With underarms, I had a chemical burn when I was very young caused by a hair removal cream. And since then, I've been very insecure about my underarms. I still have scarring from that to this day. But I needed to have the hair removed, and shaving and waxing was not working anymore. Waxing was painful, shaving caused the ingrowns and like the hyperpigmentation. So that's when I switched on to laser. That was the first area that I ever did. And literally never worrying about whether I can wear a sleeveless or not has been amazingly liberating. And if you have hair there, like that's completely fine. But if you have like ingrowns and you're struggling with that, I feel like laser hair removal really helped clear that up for me. And then the next will be the sideburns, cheek, and forehead area. I was very hairy as a kid. Like my hairline was right here, and I had sideburns all the way down my cheek and like all the way back to here. And I was very hairy on the cheek as well. And all of this, again, I'm gonna say is completely normal. I took on my dad's genes, as many brown girls do. But whenever I wore makeup or skincare, it just didn't feel right. Like the foundation would always sit on the hair, and I just didn't feel confident about it. And every time people say I grew up in high school, it's very much because I got hair removal done on my face. And it completely changed the way I look and the way I feel about myself. And yeah, so those are like the 2 areas. I get a lot of DMs asking if you can do it on the sideburns. I have done it before. It's really important you go to someone that understands the pigment of your hair and your skin, and make sure you're safe. Don't cut corners when it comes to your face and your body.
I shared a couple months ago that I was starting my laser hair removal journey because I had a lot of hair that I was very self-conscious about because of my PCOS on like this area of my chin down to my neck. I've now had 2 rounds of laser hair removal treatment. I've been going to and working with Milan Laser Hair Removal, and they have tons of different locations. I've been going to the one in Chicago, and it has made such a difference. Cool thing about Milan is that instead of paying for a package of treatments, so let's say like 3 or 4 different treatments, you pay based on the area that you want to have laser hair removal treatment. So the nice thing about paying for an area versus like a package of limited treatments is that if you, especially like me, have some hormonal hair growth that is super finicky, if it takes like 3 treatments, or if it takes 10 treatments, or if I have to do 4 right now to get the results I want and then it comes back in like 3 years, I'm not going to have to pay more to continue to get this area treated. It's just all included up front. Previously, I had to shave my face like minimum twice a day to keep the hair from being really, really visible. It was really thick, really coarse, and yeah, grew incredibly quickly. After just 2 treatments, I am now only having to shave my face, I would say like once every 2 to 3 days, which is a huge difference. And I'm just excited to see how much it continues to thin out as I have more of the treatments. So
Let's start with the positive side, because this is real too. For a lot of people, hair removal isn't just about vanity. It's about comfort, confidence, not having to shave every day, not getting razor bumps or ingrown hairs, not feeling self-conscious about underarms, bikini lines, chin hair, sideburns, legs, facial hair. For some people, especially women with darker, thicker hair, managing hair can be exhausting. You shave and the shadow's still there. You wax and it hurts. You use hair removal cream and it irritates your skin. You tweeze and the hair comes right back. You cover it with makeup and the makeup sits on top of the hair. So when laser works, I get why people love it. It can make life easier. Make someone more comfortable in their own skin. Make getting dressed easier, summer easier, makeup sit smoother. It can reduce the constant stress of managing hair. I don't think laser hair removal is automatically bad. For some people, it's one of the best beauty investments they've ever made. But that doesn't mean everyone has the same experience.
I just finished with my first laser hair removal appointment on my underarms, and oh my gosh, it hurt just as bad, if not worse, than what I was expecting. If you have ever done laser hair removal, let me know if it hurt, because holy crap. My girl did it really fast and she was really efficient, so that was amazing, but it was painful. I'm really excited though. I've been wanting to get laser hair removal for a long time. It's going to be 6 treatments. So I just did my first one. I'll have 5 more. And then I'm also going to do my entire legs and hoo-ha. But I'm too tan right now to start on my legs. So we're going to wait until October. Hopefully we'll be able to do it then. But I completely forgot to film the process today. I was so nervous. I'll make sure to film in September though and take you guys along through the whole process. Getting laser hair removal is definitely a luxury in life, but it is going to be so nice not having to worry about shaving.
I'm really sorry if this is TMI, but I have to tell y'all. I just got laser hair removal from the neck down. I got all the procedures done at once. As soon as I got there, she was like, take all your clothes off. First of all, you didn't even ask me what my name is. Okay, first of all, let's start there. Now I'm butt booty naked in this place, right? She has me in the basement room. It is 20 degrees outside. She has me in this basement room with no heat on. Spread eagle. No heat on. What is going on? It is Black History Month and you have me in the one room with no heat? And that's not even the procedure. Hold on. When she starts, I'm like, oh, everything's fine. 90% of the procedure, painless. But that 10%, no one told me about that 10%. I felt like I was being electrocuted. Like literally, I felt like I was being electrocuted. And she had the nerve to keep trying to talk to me. Oh, did you watch the Super Bowl? Amanda, read the room. I am fighting for my life here. Do you not see my jaw clenched? I'm literally trying to talk to her. I keep stopping mid-sentence. Nothing in my life has ever made me stop mid-sentence. And she keeps talking to me, waiting for a reply? Amanda? And the cherry on top is when she was done, she handed me a rag and she said, clean yourself up and get out.
I just came back from getting my 10th laser hair removal in my Brazilian area, which for those of you who don't know what the Brazilian area is, that is the cookie jar and the secret tunnel, the front door and the back exit, the pink pocket and the stink rocket. Are you understand? You've never gotten a laser hair removal before. This is how it goes. When you first go, they set the laser at the lowest setting. That is how they trick you. You get it done and you're like, oh, that wasn't bad at all. It was a little tickle. Honey, every single time you go, they kick it up a notch. This was my 10th. And they get in every nook and cranny. Let me tell you how it went. It was as if the 4 horsemen of hell themselves rose from the ashes, took the laser in their hands, and took charge of the procedure. It was as if a little thunderstorm formed right over my lady bits, right? And Zeus was in there just throwing lightning bolts right and left. Every time I thought I could catch my breath, no, he had another one. The laser at first feels like just a cute little rubber band pop. No. This time, this is a rubber band. It's a small one. It's a thick, small rubber band. This is how it felt. They pulled it so far up. They pulled it all the way up here and let that snap right on that thing. Then they had the nerve. The machine it blasts out a thing of cool air every single time the laser goes off, almost to counter the feeling of the laser, right? But riddle me this. If someone were to stab you in your vagina and then blow on it, would it make it feel better? Would it make it hurt less? So, no. And the lady is lovely. She is lovely. She's so sweet. She's so gentle. She tries to talk to me the whole time. I'm sweating. I'm sweating everywhere. It was crying. Why are you doing this to me? And then when we're done. I'm laying there violated. I don't know what has just happened to me. I'm scared. I don't know my body right now. And I'm looking at her. This sweet woman. She turns to me and says, "We have a great deal on legs if you want to get leg laser next." You are a monster. What? You should have asked me and got me to sign up before when I walked in happy and full of life. No. But honestly, it sucks. It's about 4 minutes. It'll feel like you're sitting there for 4 days. But 10 out of 10 will recommend.
People love to describe laser like a rubber band snap. For some people, maybe that's accurate. For others, not even close. Some areas hurt more. Some machines hurt more than others. Some settings hurt more than others. And as sessions continue, the intensity can actually go up. So the first appointment feels manageable and later ones feel completely different. That's something people should know going in because a lot of beauty treatments get softened online. People say it's quick, worth it, only takes a few minutes. All of that can be true, and a few painful minutes can still feel like forever while it's happening, especially depending on the area. Underarms, Brazilian, face, chin, upper lip, bikini line, all of it can feel very different person to person. The pain matters. Not because pain means nobody should do it, but because people deserve honesty. Don't tell someone it's nothing if it feels like torture for a lot of people. Don't make someone feel dramatic for sweating, shaking, or tearing up during an appointment. Beauty pain is still pain. It counts, even when the result is supposed to be pretty.
On November 15th, I started getting laser hair removal on my... I'll tell you some things I was not expecting from getting laser. First, I was not expecting the session to actually be like less than 20 minutes. As someone who used to get Brazilian waxes, the pain from laser is honestly a little bit better. I do know that they intensify the lasers as you do more sessions, so I could take that same impact. Next is the amount of shedding. So about 7 to 14 days, I think they said, your hair will start to shed out. I'm supposed to exfoliate the area, so I used the esthetician sponge, and the amount of hair that shed was terrifying, but in a good way. Another thing that I was not expecting was being able to go a really long time without shaving. So I used to shave every other day, every day if I needed to, if it was the summer. I probably haven't fully shaved the area in about a week, and it looks like barely any hair. With that said, I didn't realize that I was going to see results so quickly. I thought it would take a couple sessions before the hair was a little bit slower growing back and stuff, but it's been my first session and I've already seen so many crazy results. I decided to do the free consultation and I'm so glad I did. My only regret, I feel like everybody says this, is that I didn't do it sooner.
This is everything that I wish I knew before getting laser hair removal. And for context, I had my first session in 2023 on a medium-sized area. The first thing I did when I was looking to get laser hair removal is I did my research, because not every laser is built the same. And for me as a Black woman, I wanted to make sure that I went to a practitioner that was knowledgeable about melanated skin types, especially regarding laser, because not every laser can detect the difference between pigment, melanin pigment, or hair pigment. So the person that I went to was very knowledgeable. She taught me a lot about the YAG laser, Y-A-G laser, which is safe for melanated skin types to receive laser hair removal. So that was something that was really important to me and made me very comfortable throughout the process. In terms of sessions, I did 9 sessions total. And I still have 1 more session to go. And originally when I first bought my pack of 6, I saw immense amount of difference between my first, my second, and my third session, but around the middle there, I saw some plateau, with the exception that closer to my appointment date, I would see some coarser hair grow back. And all while the sessions are going on, you're not allowed to do any form of waxing, just shaving between appointments. And usually right after you have your first, second, and third laser session, your coarser hair will begin to fall out and kind of be replaced with wispier hair until the coarser hair will come back if you haven't fully damaged the hair follicle so that it doesn't come back. And about the wispy hair, for me, I think one of the things that I wasn't expecting is after doing all my 9 sessions, the area that I lasered, the hair grows back, but similar to my arm hair. So it's a little bit wispy, and sometimes the hair isn't strong enough to break through the skin. So I need to be a little bit more diligent with chemical exfoliation, physical exfoliation, and my shaving routine to prevent ingrown hairs, because if a hair becomes ingrown, it's quite hard to extract it or remove it because the hair is so fine and wispy. So you have to go into that considering you will be needing to be a little bit more diligent with your after shaving routine.
Hair removal about 3 years ago, and it's a one treatment I recommend to everyone. It made my life so much easier. I had 10 sessions and I was hair free for about a year. Each session, it only takes maybe 20 minutes, but then you have to wait 6 weeks. So it takes a year to be completely hair free, but then you have to get touch up. So I didn't have any hair for a year. And then I started to notice just barely any itty bitty under my arms. So my original treatment was with Sev. I highly recommend them. They were amazing. It didn't hurt. Honestly, Sev to me is the best when it comes to comfort. When I started to notice a little bit of hair, especially under my arms, which is normal, it does grow back in spots. I started to go back to Sev for treatments, but then they opened a Laser Away by my house. So I was like, let me just go to Laser Away and see what it was. Bitch, I was like, that shit hurt. Okay, but I did notice something. When I was at Sev, I think the laser was at a 12, which is low. I think it goes all the way up to 20. I was at a 12. And it was a little I feel a little stink. When I went to Laser Away, I was at a level 3, and I said, oh, okay. I didn't tell them to bring it down. I said, this is I can't even tolerate level 3. Okay. And so they brought me all the way down to level 1. They're like, this is the lowest level. And it's I could tolerate it. There was a couple points when I was oh, a little oh, you know what I mean? But I have a very low pain tolerance. But I noticed that the hair does not grow back. Okay. I went in for a touch up, and then I went again today for another touch up. And I was I don't really see much hair, but let's just do one touch up. At Sev, I did notice that to get the same results, I have to go in more times. So basically what I'm trying to say is if you get laser hair removal, I feel Sev is great if you have a low pain tolerance, okay? But Laser Away gets the job done quicker.
The people were right. Whatever everybody told me about hair laser removal, they were so on the money. I haven't seen an ingrown in 5 months. I've been doing hair laser for 5 months now. If you go back, I've been just showing my journey, but I go to therapy clinic in the Flatiron district. Amazing. I love the machine and all that. So to say, today when I was because you gotta shave, right? When I was shaving, I was where are the hairs? She was like a hairless cat. And I didn't shave for a good week and a half, and it was growing back even thinner than my arm hair. It was the best decision. And then when I went, because I got a Brazilian, when I went in the back, I was there was nothing. There was something, but it was so small. I'm looking at the hairs these are baby hairs. This is what my sister was talking about. We were at the beach in Puerto Rico, and she was like, you know what, you need hair laser removal. Because I told her, I was I'm so insecure about my bikini line, it looks like a speckled banana. And she was like, you gotta try out the hair laser removal. So when I went to Argentina, my mother-in-law, she started me with it, and then I came here to New York, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start my journey. It was the best thing I can do. And girl to girl, woman to woman, you gotta invest in it.
Laser hair removal is expensive even when people think they got a deal. You may need 6 sessions, or 9, or 12, then 2 chips, then another area. Then maybe one clinic didn't work, so you try another. Then maybe the hair comes back. then maybe you move on to electrolysis, and suddenly this simple beauty treatment is a long-term expense. That's why realistic expectations matter, because there's a real difference between investing in something that works and feeling stuck because you've already spent so much money on it. Some people keep going because they believe the next session, the next package, the next clinic, the next setting will finally be the one that works. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it isn't. And there has to be a point where someone's allowed to say, this isn't working for me. That doesn't mean laser is a scam for everyone. It means every body responds differently, and the industry should be a lot more upfront about that.
So I got full body laser. That means underarm Brazilian, upper lip, full legs, full arms, belly line, everything. And I'm here to do a 10-year update. So starting with the underarms and Brazilian, they said it would take 6 to 12 sessions for it to be gone almost 100%. And I can confidently say after going for 3 years, every 6 to 8 weeks, probably over 50 sessions, it only went away about 80%, which I'm fine with because my hair was so dense before. It was TMI, but it was so coarse and dense for it to be where it is now, which is almost like 80% gone, really fine, really thin, grows really slow. I'm happy with it. Where it took 100% was my arms and my legs. I got full arm, full leg. That means not just the bottom part, but the top part as well. That took 100%, I would say, within the 6 to 12 sessions, which is about like a year and a half of going. My skin is so soft and supple. Like literally, I do not have a single hair. Like when people touch my body, they are freaked out because they always say I have like alien skin or baby skin. That's how soft and supple my skin is. What I will say is that when you do get laser, you have really dry skin afterwards. I don't know if it's because of the sebum that's no longer being produced. Estheticians clock in and tell me if that's true, but I noticed that my skin was really dry for, the remaining years after I got laser. For my upper lip, it didn't really take that well. I feel like maybe it's because the hairs are super fine, so I don't know if that's true. For my knuckles, I was only using it on my knuckles because I had leftover sessions. I would say it took pretty well. I don't think I did the full 6 to 12 sessions, but from the sessions I did do, I'm pretty satisfied. As far as my belly line and like my lower back tramp stamp area, I don't have a tramp stamp, but I would say that took pretty decently as well. Again, I wasn't doing that super consistently because it was just using leftover sessions from other areas, but overall, I'm happy with the results from there. I think laser hair removal has literally changed my quality of life. I have not shaved my legs in 6 years, literally. And there's not a single hair that grows on my legs and my arms. For the underarm and Brazilian, it is a hormonal area, so I heard that it might not take that well. And also when I get pregnant, I heard that it might grow back. But in the meantime, I'm enjoying my life. This is the best money I ever spent, and I highly, highly, highly recommend.
I'm on my 12th session, and now I'm in the touch-up era, and I'm still getting tortured every 6 weeks. My hair's not thinner. I mean, slightly. It's taking a little bit longer to grow back, but I need to know everyone's experience because I've heard it all comes back when you have kids, and I'm not there yet, but I will be soon. And not soon, but I will be eventually. And yeah, I need to know if it's something that I should continue because guys, it hurts so bad.
This week, I found out that laser hair removal is in fact not permanent because I've been away for the last 2 years. Why do I not see a reduction in hair? And granted, I have polycystic ovaries, so I have a lot of hair. But the reason I was paying those hundreds of dollars for laser was because they marketed to me. They said it was going to be permanent, but for 2 years and no change, I'm back to waxing at home, unfortunately. So the only way to remove your hair permanently is through electrolysis, which could scar you. I'm not trying that with my face.
A couple of years ago, I spent hundreds and hundreds of pounds on a beauty treatment, which was a complete and utter waste of money. Being really honest, I think it was close to £1,000. I'm talking about laser hair removal. I don't know if this was a solo experience. I feel like many people get this done, and I'm the only one who seems to have no results from it. I have tried blocking this from memory because it makes me really cross with myself that I didn't stop sooner when I realised I wasn't seeing any results. I really did my research into this. I really made sure that it was something that I wanted to do because I knew it was an expensive treatment. Obviously, because it is quite a popular thing to get done, many places do it. So I really looked into which clinic I wanted to go to and why. I went for a consultation first, so I really knew what I was getting into and how much it was going to cost. Might I just say that the clinic itself and the ladies who I saw were absolutely lovely. I personally think it's a me issue. I had 12 sessions of laser hair removal with absolutely no results, and the reason why I stopped at 12 was because I kept saying to myself, Melissa, you cannot keep paying this money if you're not seeing any benefit from it. I got it done on 3 different areas, okay? My lower legs, my underarms, and my bikini line. I was going for vanity reasons, but it was also for my sanity as well. Summertime is hell for me. Don't get me wrong, I was never under the impression that this was going to make me baby soft like an absolute seal. That's where my research came in, and when I had my consultation, the lady did tell me that it's not going to completely remove my hair. I'll probably still need maintenance. Stop booking in my appointments because even after 12 sessions, I was still having the same hair regrowth. Just did not have the money to sustain it. I suppose it is kind of like that catch-22, isn't it? Had I kept going, would Have I got the results that I wanted? Who knows? But I was not seeing any change in 12 sessions. And the other thing that I haven't even touched upon is the fact that it was so unbelievably painful. I've just got a really, really low pain threshold. So God help me if I'm ever able to have children naturally. She had to put numbing cream on ahead of my appointment every single time, but that's another story in itself.
I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. Laser on your face is one of the biggest mistakes. I don't care who gets mad at me, but I'm telling you, this is one of the biggest mistakes. Run, do not do it. Do not do it. The risk is just not worth it, you guys. The risk is not worth it.
Laser on the face is where I think people need to be extra careful. Facial hair can be tied to hormones, tied to PCOS, stubborn, unpredictable. And your face is the first thing people see. If something goes wrong on your legs, that's upsetting. If something goes wrong on your face, that hits your confidence immediately. That doesn't mean nobody should get facial laser. Plenty of people do and love it. Say it changed their confidence, say their makeup finally sits right, say they got control over hair that made them insecure for years. But it has to be done carefully. Whoever's treating you should understand your skin and your hair type, explain the real risks, not promise perfect results, not treat hormonal hair like a simple fix, and be honest if a different treatment might actually work better. For some people, electrolysis is the better option. It can take longer, be more detailed, be more painful, but for certain hair types, it's more effective. That's the kind of honesty people need before they spend years chasing a result that may never fully arrive.
Okay, I must say that definitely sizzled.
Yeah, that sizzle was my flesh burning.
I let my gynecologist give me laser hair removal and it left me with third-degree burns all over my body, including my butthole. I started going to this woman once a month for my laser hair removal appointments. The first 5 sessions go by. I swear to you, the pain of laser hair removal, I feel like I have a very high pain tolerance. I love getting tattoos. I've had 7 spine surgeries because a car decided to run into me on the freeway. I've experienced pain. The pain of this lady's laser hair removal, genuinely worse than anything else I've ever felt. For 5 sessions straight, I'm getting my absolutely kicked by this lady's laser. Every time she would do an area, she would go over the area with like an ice roller because it hurt so bad, and the ice roller would cool the area down immediately after she would laser it, right? On the 5th time that this lady does my laser hair removal, she is doing it as fast as she can. Like, she's really trying to get through this laser. I could tell during this session, she was rushing and something just felt off. Something was not right. And this particular session, she did not use the ice roller on me. Like, she did not cool off the area after hitting it. She kind of went through all the areas really fast. I could just feel that something was wrong. My skin just felt like it was not good. I go home from this session. Not even 20 minutes after getting home, my skin looked like this. Almost like these welts just start showing up all over my body. So immediately, this is the moment where I email my doctor and I send her some pictures and I'm like, hey girl, just got home. It's been 20 minutes. My skin kind of hurts and it's looking like this. This lady emails me back and tries to tell me, oh yeah, that's just normal. Just let it wait out. Just let it breathe. This is what my skin looks like after an hour. I send this lady an update email with new photos and I'm like, hey, this is what it looks like now. What the fuck is going on with my body? At this point, this lady tries to turn the whole situation on me and says in the follow-up email, wow, this looks really odd. I've never seen this before. But usually this means that you've had some sun exposure before the appointment. You know, you're really not supposed to go in the sun before getting laser hair removal. Now, here's the thing. I was given very clear rules before going into this laser hair removal process. I knew that, 30 days of no sun exposure. I was following these rules, right? Like I knew these rules. That is when my crack started to itch. I don't want to hear it because I did exactly what all of y'all would have done as well. I took my phone, pulled my pants down, and I took a flash image of my butthole. And sure enough, my butthole was scabbing. And that is when I knew that this bitch was capping, because I damn well know my butthole has not seen the sun in its entire life. You guys are really not gonna like how this story ended, because I know a lot of you guys are going to say, I hope that you sued this woman. And believe me, I did think about it. Number one, I'm not the type of person to just go sue someone. Number two, during this whole process, I had just come out of a 3rd spine surgery. I had just underwent a major disc herniation surgery. I was currently in recovery. I was already very stressed and already dealing with surgeries and insurance and medical stuff, and I just couldn't take on litigation. And number 3, which I hate that I did this, but I was really young and I am a different person now. I almost felt like I would have been the bad guy if I would have taken legal action against this woman, because she had become kind of a friend to me. And I genuinely could not believe that she had done this to me and wasn't really taking, like, I don't know, she just wasn't really apologizing. She wasn't really taking responsibility. Honestly, I just could not believe what was happening. I felt like I was the bad person for calling her out and getting mad at her. So I just didn't want to. I don't know, y'all. I'm really trying to be better at standing up for myself, but at this time, I just could not. What I did do, though, is ask them over email to refund me for my whole treatment and just be done with it, which they did immediately, because I guarantee they knew that their asses were 2 steps away from getting sued. I did not leave a review on this lady's website. I did not tell anybody what she had done to me. I definitely thought about it, but there's a lot of things in my life that I have stayed quiet on that I probably shouldn't have. But if you see my skin now, this is still a burn. This is still a burn. This is a burn. This is a burn. These are still the burns. It's actually looking pretty good now. My legs still have burns on them.
Laser hair removal is not one size fits all. The machine matters. The settings matter. The person doing it matters. Your skin tone, hair color, hair texture, sun exposure, and medical history all matter. That's why research matters so much, especially for people with darker or melanated skin, because not every laser is appropriate for every skin tone. If the person treating you doesn't understand how to work with your skin safely, the risk isn't just a mediocre result. It's burns, dark marks, scarring, hyperpigmentation, long-term skin damage. That's why cutting corners isn't worth it. A cheap deal isn't automatically a good deal. A fast appointment isn't automatically a safe one. A cute clinic isn't automatically a qualified one. And someone being nice doesn't mean they know what they're doing, because once your skin is burned, you're the one healing from it, covering it, using the creams, hoping the marks fade, dealing with the emotional fallout. When it comes to laser, especially on the face or intimate areas, safety has to come first.
2 days ago, I was burnt after having laser hair removal on my arms. I had been exposed to the sun. I put this in my waiver. I sign this waiver every time. I've been having laser hair removal for years. On the waiver, it asked, had you been exposed to the sun in the last 4 weeks? I ticked yes. I was working outside. I put SPF on, but it is just sometimes unavoidable. It then said, if yes, your therapist will either delay your treatment if deemed unsafe, or they will adjust the frequency to suit your skin. So as a very pale person, that usually picks up quite well with laser. But as soon as I change my skin color with a tan, you then need to reduce the frequency so that you don't burn your skin. This is what my arm is currently looking like. And this is my other arm. I have been back in and they've given me LED yellow light therapy to help reverse the pigment and improve cell turnover. But I am just so devastated, so devastated. I've been having laser for years and it just never worked. And I finally found this place and my hair was literally gone. And this was my last session. And I was just so ready to be confident and done and all of that. And now I feel like I'm just back at square one. Obviously, I have to keep my arms covered when I'm outside. It cannot be in the sunlight. I have to wear SPF. They've given me loads of creams that I need to put on. And I'm just trying to speed up the healing process as best as I can.
I just got out of an electrolysis appointment and I will take this to my grave. Laser hair removal did not work for me. 1, it is so expensive. 2, it also takes a really long time. And 3, it is not permanent and I was sold under the guise of it being permanent. So now that it wasn't permanent, I am doing electrolysis and it's even more painful and even more difficult because my hair follicles have built up a resilience to the electrolysis treatment because of the laser hair removal treatments. And I am for beauty and aesthetics. I am not one to advocate and say that anyone needs to go and participate in the industry, but I will say the industry does need to be way more transparent about what the treatments do, what their promises are, what the potential risks are. Like, obviously it needs to be an informed decision for any person that tries to participate. And of course, everyone is different, and I guess you can't promise any specific outcome, but if we know that laser hair removal doesn't work for some people, that should be loud and clear when a person decides to do laser. And if laser isn't working, they should be offered the option of electrolysis. And yes, is electrolysis expensive? 100%. And it's way more detailed. It's every single hair individually rather than like a laser going over, and it's painful. But does it work? At least for me, yes.
A lot of people go in thinking laser is permanent. Finish your sessions, hair's gone forever. But for many people, it's more accurately hair reduction, not complete removal, not always forever. That difference matters, because if someone's spending that much money, they need to know what they're actually paying for. Some people only need occasional touch-ups. Some go years barely shaving. Some get amazing results on legs or arms while other areas behave completely differently. Hormonal areas can be more stubborn. The face can be more complicated. The bikini area can be more complicated. Underarms can come back in patches. And if someone has hormonal hair growth, like PCOS, that changes the results too. So when people are sold the idea that laser will permanently remove everything, that's misleading. Because then they're shocked when the hair returns, or they need more sessions, or touch-ups quietly become a whole new round of paying for it again. That's why the language matters. If it's reduction, say reduction. If maintenance is likely, say that up front. If hormonal hair may come back, say that too. Don't sell people a fantasy and act surprised when they end up disappointed.
I've done laser hair removal for 7 years. 7 years. They say it's going to be permanently gone and all you have to do is retouch, but it was never permanently gone for me. It always came back and the retouches weren't retouch. I basically had to do the whole sessions again. I've done it on my face, my underarms, my legs, everywhere, literally everywhere. But after 7 years, I was like, I can't keep doing this. I'm not doing this anymore.
Okay, let's talk about why you don't need to get laser hair removal. Here's the truth. First of all, shaving is an inconvenience. You enjoy shaving? Don't get laser hair removal, okay? Period. I've never gotten it until recently. And let me tell you, I don't shave. If you like your underarms to be dark, don't get laser hair removal. These are my armpits. After laser hair removal, I have been getting it for a few months now. I have a package deal where I get 8 free sessions. Baby, you know I'm about to get these bad boys done. I don't like the darkness. Lastly, if you cannot take 10 minutes to get your laser hair removal session completed, don't do laser hair removal. Don't do it. Laser hair removal may be the best life hack for women out there alone.
A lot of beauty treatments get marketed through the best case scenario. Smooth skin, no shaving, no bumps, no ingrowns, confidence restored, hair gone, life changed. For some people, yes, that's genuinely their result. But marketing rarely leads with the other side. The pain, the burns, the maintenance. The sessions that don't work, the hormonal regrowth, the patchy results, the fact that it may reduce hair without removing it forever, the fact that different skin tones need different lasers, the fact that sun exposure affects safety, the fact that cheap or rushed treatment has real consequences. That's the part people need to hear before they sign the waiver, not after they're burned, not after 12 sessions with nothing to show for it, not after realizing permanent never meant what they thought it meant. People aren't wrong for wanting laser. They just deserve to make that choice with real information instead of a sales pitch. So I think the truth about laser hair removal sits somewhere in the middle. For some people, it's genuinely amazing. It saves time, helps confidence, makes skin feel smoother, helps with ingrown hairs, makes shaving less of a chore. It can meaningfully improve someone's quality of life, and I understand why people recommend it. For other people, it's painful, expensive, disappointing, and not permanent. The hair comes back. It barely works. Hormonal hair makes the whole process harder. The wrong laser or the wrong setting leaves burns and marks that take a long time to fade. Both of those things can be true at once. A treatment can be life-changing for one person and a waste of money for someone else. A clinic can give one person amazing results and leave another with damage. A procedure can be common and still carry real risk. That's why beauty treatments should never get treated like a casual errand. Laser hair removal may sound simple, but it's still your skin, still heat, still a device being used on your body. It still requires training, caution, and honesty. So before booking laser hair removal because it looked easy online, ask the real questions. What laser are they using? Is it actually safe for my skin tone? Do they understand melanated skin? Do I have hormonal hair growth? Will this be permanent or just reduction? How many sessions might I really need? Will I need maintenance? What happens if I burn? What should I avoid before and after? Am I choosing a qualified place or just the cheapest one? Because saving money isn't saving money if you end up spending more fixing the damage. And convenience isn't convenient if you're left with burns, scars, or disappointment instead. I'm not here to say laser hair removal is bad. I'm also not here to say everyone needs it. I think the real issue is transparency. People deserve to know it can work beautifully and that it can fail, that it may change their life and that it may not be permanent, that it can genuinely help confidence and that it can genuinely hurt, because when beauty treatments only get sold through the best case scenario, people don't get to make a fully informed choice. That's the cost of pretty. Not just the money, the pain, the appointments, the risk, the maintenance, the pressure to be smooth, to be hairless, to treat normal body hair like something that has to be erased. And the frustration when the thing that was supposed to make your life easier quietly becomes another thing you have to keep paying for. So I want to know what you think. Is laser hair removal worth it? Did it change your life? Or did it end up being painful, expensive, and a lot less permanent than you were told? Because from what we're seeing, laser hair removal can be one of the best beauty treatments out there for some people. But for others, it's another reminder that even the easy beauty fixes can come with a real cost.